Welcome, dear listener, to a gentle ride through the ages. A history guide to the best and greatest love stories that have ever held a heartbeat in the chest of humanity. Tonight we wander through candlelit streets and moonlit balconies to discover how love survives, thrives, and sometimes reshapes the people who dare to believe in it. This is not just a parade of couples, it is a map of resilience, a chorus of hope, and a reminder that romance isn't a fantasy born anew each era, but a practice, a choice, a work of beauty we cultivate with time. Our first stop is the oldest kiss you'll find in story and song. The longing that becomes a vow without a timetable. Layla and Majnun. The names whispered through deserts and madrasas teach us that love can burn so bright it outshines fear, yet demand humility and patience in equal measure. Majnun writes of Layla with a pen of sighs, while Layla answers with quiet, courageous boundaries, choosing fidelity to a vision of love that does not demand harming another soul. Their legend is not about possession, but about a skyward hunger to become better because of another soul. SFX. Soft wind, to and in their tale. We hear a steady drumbeat, the idea that love can change a life while also teaching us to change our world in small, persistent ways. Next, we drift into a city where fog curls over cobblestones and the heart learns to read in glances and misunderstandings. Pride and Prejudice may feel almost familiar to us, but its genius lies in turning ordinary decisions into a grand romance of character. Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy starred as mismatched maps that eventually align when honesty, humor, and vulnerability tip the numbers in favor of connection. It's not a fairy tale that erases flaws. It's a romance that insists flaws can become bridges when courage and trust are traded like confidences over tea. Their romance grows not from dramatic storms, but from the quiet weather of daily choices, the courage to listen, the patience to forgive, the grace to change your mind when love shows you a better version of yourself. The result is a love that lasts because it changes the people it touches. Across the sea of literature, a legend of nights and longing invites us to listen to the music of a longing that cannot be entirely contained. Tristan and Isolde teach that passion can feel both awakening and perilous, a fire that cannot be fully extinguished even when reason begs for restraint. Their story carries a warning wrapped in velvet. Romantic intensity often requires a reckoning, a choice between what the heart desires and what the day-to-day calls for. Yet in the music of their longing, there is also a revelation. Love's true power is not in perfection but in honesty, in choosing truth over easy escape, in bearing the consequences with a grace that old myths insist is possible in a heart that holds another as sacred. SFX. Lute strings, too. It's a reminder that at times love is not a gentle garden, but a daring ascent toward what truly matters. We glide toward a monument carved in stone and time, the Taj Mahal, a tomb that became a temple for a living devotion. Shah Jahan's dream of Mumtaz Mahal was not simply to honor a partner who had departed. It was to translate memory into beauty, to transmute grief into a public poem made of marble and light. Their story shows that love can be both intimate and expansive, a private flame that kindles public wonder. The romance here is about memory made durable, about a vow that endurance can transmute sorrow into something lasting and luminous for generations to come. SFX. Chisel on marble, too. If you ever doubt whether romance can be both tender and ambitious, look to this masterpiece born from sorrow and crowned by art. In a different cadence, we meet the steady flame of Jane Eyre and Mr. Rochester, a love built on moral weathering rather than mere delight. Their bond survives through storms of doubt, storms of secrets, storms of social expectation. What makes their connection linger in memory is not a flawless destiny but a willingness to uncover the parts of themselves that are hard to face, the fear of dependence, the pride that guards a fragile heart, the stubborn impulse to protect by distance. When they finally reunite, it isn't a sudden miracle but a choice ignited by trust and a shared willingness to change. To become people worthy of the life they glimpse at the edge of the other's eyes. SFX. Candle flame flicker. 2. This romance teaches that true closeness grows when both partners choose to grow together, with tenderness and courage as the soil. From the pages of poetry and song, we drift into the realm of the immortal lovers who live outside time, a couple whose passion is both mythic and universal. Lay your ears on the reverie of Scheherazade and the way her stories weave safety and curiosity into a night after night of survival. Her love story isn't about immediate surrender, it's about wit, resilience, and the belief that storytelling can save lives. In romance across centuries, sometimes the quiet strength of a storyteller becomes a vow that love can endure, even when the world around it seems to crumble. Each tale she shares becomes a thread that binds a future beyond fear. Let us not forget the epic that travels beyond kingdoms to the human heart, the quiet, patient devotion of Elizabeth and Darcy. A pair who show that transformation is the most radical act love can offer. It's not about a dramatic kiss in the rain, though rain appears in many versions as a symbol of cleansing and renewal. It's about the messy, stubborn, wonderful work of choosing to see the other with generosity, even when pride has a good reason to protect us. When they finally decide to make room for happiness, the triumph is not a sudden infallibility but a daily decision to be worthy of one another, to be brave about imperfections, and to risk vulnerability again and again. SFX. Soft rain, 2. Across the continents. Other legends remind us that love's meaning deepens when time tests it. The romance of Abelard and Heloise, for instance, whispers that intellect and longing can collide, leaving a reverberation that teaches us to seek truth together rather than apart. Their letters, their remorse, and their enduring commitment touch a universal chord. Love does not erase pain. It transforms pain into a space where two people can learn to become kinder and wiser, not only to each other but to the world. SFX. Parchment rustle, 2. In this sense, a history guide is not just a ledger of endings, but a catalogue of beginnings that keep returning to the promise that love can heal, educate, and illuminate. Let us pause at a more modern gallery, stories that began in the living rooms and libraries of readers, and then traveled into film and cinema. The romance between Elizabeth Bennet and Darcy is paired with the enduring tenderness of Jane and Rochester, showing that classics can coexist with contemporary sensibilities. Both are about imperfect people making imperfect choices and still choosing to stay. The lessons are simple and profound: listen first, judge slowly, forgive generously, and grow courageously toward one another. The result is a love that feels earned, not given. A love that invites us to become better versions of ourselves because someone believed we could be. What does all this mean for us, right here, right now? It means that when the world feels ordinary or heavy, romance can be a quiet revolution. It can teach us how to hold a partner through the ache of daily life, how to laugh at our own stubbornness, and how to keep faith with the idea that happiness is possible when two people decide to keep showing up. The greatest stories of history are not dusty relics. They are living reminders that love is a practice, and that practice pays off with warmth, trust, and a sense of belonging that many of us crave. So, if you're feeling a little weary of love's promises, come back to this guide. Let these couples teach you to listen with your whole heart, to risk kindness over rigor, and to believe that a happy ending isn't an ending at all but a doorway into a longer, brighter chapter. And as you walk away from today's tour, carry with you the thought that love, in all its forms, is worth tending. It's a craft, a chorus, a journey that invites us to become brave enough to love more deeply tomorrow than we did today. SFX. Soft chime, 3. Because the greatest love stories aren't finished. They're being written in our lives, one honest choice at a time. Thank you for traveling this history guide with me. If you felt your pulse slow and then rise, if a memory of a small kindness sparked in your chest, That is the evidence we seek that love, when nurtured, can still light up a life, braid two futures, and leave a legacy worth telling. Until our next stroll through time, may your heart be steady, your hopes be generous, and your belief in love remain